Hello, beautiful souls. You may not know it, but there are secret habits that can make you irresistible. Yes, you. Whether you're looking to feel more confident, alluring, or simply enjoy the admiration you deserve, today we're unveiling 12 subtle habits that make you unforgettable. Stick with me until the end, because you won't believe how simple but powerful some of these are. Let's dive in. 1. Standing tall with grace. Let's talk about posture for a moment. I know, this might sound like something we've all heard before. But trust me, when I tell you that standing tall with grace does wonders, not just for how people perceive you, but for how you perceive yourself. When you stand with your shoulders back, your chin up, and your spine aligned, you're not just adjusting your body posture. You're commanding the space around you. Now, this doesn't mean you have to carry yourself like some stiff statue. No. It's about the grace that accompanies that confidence. There's something so captivating about a woman who doesn't slouch, who doesn't let herself shrink because of age or experience. Instead, she stands as a representation of all the lessons she's learned over the years, all the memories she's built, and the strength that's woven into every part of her being. Standing tall also helps you feel confident and in control of your body. As we get older, there's a tendency to shy away or take up less space. Maybe it's because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves, or maybe it's because we feel like we've entered some older phase where we shouldn't be noticed. But let me tell you, standing tall says, I'm here, I've lived, and I'm not shrinking for anyone. That posture naturally signals strength. Imagine walking into a room with your head held high, smiling gently at those around you, radiating a silent but undeniable confidence. It tells everyone that you value yourself. People will notice it instantly. And here's the magic. When you hold yourself tall with grace, you feel taller, like you can take on the world. Even just a few seconds a day spent practicing standing. Tall can be enough to bring a massive shift in how you present yourself. And when others notice this confident aura, trust me, your magnetism will be irresistible. 2. Wearing your smile like a crown. Ah, the power of a smile. There is something completely magnetic about an older woman who knows how to smile, not the kind of smile that is forced or awkward, but a smile that radiates joy, sincerity, and inner peace. Let me explain how this works. A smile is one of the first things people notice when they meet you. It has the ability to disarm, to calm any tension in the room, and to make someone feel safe around you. Now, think about it. Our faces change as we age. Lines appear around our mouths, our cheeks lose some fullness, and our smile might seem different from how it once was. But here's the key. A smile that comes from the heart, that genuine expression of warmth, is infinitely more alluring than a tight-lipped, hesitant one. That smile signals experience, kindness, and openness, all qualities that are irresistible no matter how old you are. You don't have to have perfect teeth or wrinkle-free skin to smile with confidence. In fact, some of the most captivating smiles come with laughter lines. These are earned from a life well lived, from joy and happiness that you've cultivated along the way. And here's something most people don't realize. A woman who embraces the beauty of her smile, regardless of how it may appear, reflects confidence. When you smile freely, you're not just putting on a facial expression. You're demonstrating an inner acceptance and love for who you've become, and that's magnetic to others. Moreover, your smile gives others permission to feel good too. They want to smile back because it feels genuine. In social situations, that sense of shared warmth can create a connection with just a glance. So don't hold back. Wear that smile like it's a crown, like it's an expression of your own strength and grace, and soon you'll see how many people are drawn to you because of it. 3. Taking time for quiet reflection. The third habit, one that might seem a bit surprising to some, especially in our fast-paced world, is taking time for quiet reflection. We live in an era where we're expected to keep going, achieve, multitask, and stay constantly engaged. But here's the truth that many of us learn later in life. It's the moments of quiet that make you incredibly compelling to be around. As we age, it becomes more important than ever to carve out spaces of silence, time when you can reflect on your experiences, your thoughts, and your emotions. So, how can this make you irresistible? Well, think about it for a moment. Someone who has the time and wisdom to sit in quiet, to think, process, and reflect, is often more grounded and centered. You might not even realize it, but your calm, demeanor will become something that others notice. There's a magnetic energy in silence. People gravitate toward those who are comfortable in stillness. This could mean simply sitting down each morning with a cup of tea or coffee, taking a walk, in nature, or even journaling for a few minutes. These moments of pause don't just help with stress. They offer clarity. They allow you to understand what you want, need, and value at this stage in life. And that clarity, my dear, comes through in everything you do and say. You become a woman of substance, someone whose presence offers comfort and understanding. Others feel drawn to this type of energy. And let's not forget the physical effects of meditation or reflective silence. Studies have shown that taking moments of stillness or quiet reflection helps reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and keep your heart and mind healthier as you age. This makes you feel more at ease with yourself, more in tune with your surroundings. You become a calm, irresistible presence, and that's something truly magnetic. Lastly, quiet reflection also gives you the ability to see things clearly. You're less reactive, more thoughtful, and this wisdom shows through in your interactions with others. You can read the room, sense the energy around you, and respond with care and insight. People are naturally drawn to someone who exudes inner peace and thoughtfulness. 4. Wearing clothing that reflects your style, not your age. When we talk about fashion and age, society has a funny way of telling us how to dress our age. But I'm here to say that wearing clothing that reflects your unique style, not your age, is one of the most liberating and irresistible habits you can adopt as an older woman. We often see women stepping back from vibrant colors, daring cuts, or bold styles when they reach a certain age. But I want you to remember this. Style isn't dictated by age, but by personal expression. Clothing is one of the easiest ways to express who you are without saying a word. Your wardrobe can become a true reflection of your essence. Whether it's a brightly colored scarf, a well-tailored jacket, or a dress that you simply feel amazing in, what's important is that the clothes feel authentically you. When you wear pieces that express your true self, whether that's a splash of color, a flowy dress, or a piece of statement jewelry, you immediately feel more confident and alive. And confidence, as we've seen, is magnetic. Furthermore, experimenting with different textures, fabrics, and styles shows that you are in touch with who you are in the present moment. Fashion isn't about following trends, it's about staying true to your personality. When you choose clothing based on what makes you feel good rather than what you're supposed to wear, you send a message that you're comfortable in your own skin and that radiates energy. It's the difference between blending in and standing out with purpose. The allure that comes from an older woman dressed in a way that truly reflects her personality, instead of trying to keep up with age-related rules, is utterly magnetic. You inspire others to stop apologizing for their age and embrace who they are right now. When people see you dressed boldly and proudly, you become an example that age is not a limit, but a stage where you can still rock your individuality. 5. Saying no. Without guilt. One of the most powerful habits you can develop as an older woman is the ability to say no without guilt. I know it can be difficult. We've all been there, haven't we? The pressure to please others, the fear of disappointing someone, or the worry that saying no makes us seem rude or distant. But I'm here to tell you this. Saying no is one of the most empowering things you can do. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. When we say yes to everything, we end up overstretched, overwhelmed, and often unappreciated. As an older woman, you have earned the right to be protective of your time, your energy, and your emotions. You know what you need and what you don't. Saying no is an act of kindness not just to yourself, but also to others. It shows you respect your boundaries and that you're not willing to accept anything that doesn't align with your values or well-being. Here's something I've learned as I've gotten older. When you say no, it clears space for the things that really matter to you, whether it's time for a hobby, for rest, for family, or for yourself. And here's a beautiful thing about being at a certain age. You start to care less about how your no might be perceived and more about what feels right for you. Your ability to walk away from situations or requests that drain you only increases your attractiveness. There is power in boundaries, and that's a powerful lesson for others around you. When you set your limits in a clear, respectful manner, people will admire your strength and your ability to navigate the world with grace. Far from pushing others away, you'll notice that those who respect your no will get closer to you because they see that you're a woman with integrity and self-worth. As you learn to set boundaries and say no confidently, you'll experience less stress and more peace, and your energy will become far more magnetic. People find it irresistible when a woman has mastered this art because it reflects a deep understanding of herself and what truly nourishes her. Loving yourself with compassion. Now, let's talk about something that's often harder than it seems, especially as we age, loving yourself with compassion. This is by far one of the most essential yet subtle habits for becoming irresistible. With age, we often experience changes in our body and appearance that can lead to moments of self-doubt or even self-criticism. But let me tell you something that may shock you. It's not just okay, but deeply necessary to treat yourself with the same love and kindness you show to others. Have you ever heard that saying, "You can't pour from an empty cup"? Well, that's exactly what happens when you don't take the time to nurture your inner self. When you love yourself with compassion, you give yourself permission to be imperfect, to have flaws, and to still stand tall, confident in who you are. As we get older, we carry with us not just the wisdom of years, but also the scars of life, the ups, the downs, the joys, the sorrows, and all of this contributes to who we are. True self-love doesn't ignore the parts that are challenging or the parts that hurt. It embraces them with understanding. Loving yourself also means knowing when to be kind to yourself. It's saying, "You've done enough today," or "You're doing the best you can, and that's enough." Sometimes it's easy to feel like we should always be working or achieving, but true magnetism comes from being at peace with where you are in life. When you embrace your uniqueness, your experiences, and the life you've lived, people will feel that love for yourself. A woman who treats herself with compassion attracts others who respect that level of care and kindness. It becomes an extension of her energy. And let me be clear, you do not need to look perfect or have everything figured out to love yourself fully. In fact, the most irresistible thing you can do as an older woman is accept all of yourself and walk through the world with that kind of love and understanding. When you stop seeking validation from others and start validating yourself, you'll notice a magnetic shift in how people view you and how you feel about yourself. Because at the end of the day, the most powerful thing you can wear is the belief that you are worthy of love, respect, and all the wonderful things life has to offer. 7. Cultivating your own interests and passions. One of the most alluring traits you can have as an older woman is a deep sense of curiosity and passion for your own interests. When we cultivate hobbies, interests, and passions that truly excite us, we become more than just our age. We become unique, dynamic individuals with experiences and knowledge that are irreplaceable. No one can replicate the way you light up when you talk about something you love. When you take the time to explore things that interest you, Rather than simply fulfilling roles for others, you create a rich inner world full of stories, learning, and joy. Whether it's painting, photography, writing, volunteering, or simply learning something new, embracing your personal passions shows that you are still evolving. Far from being a sign of aging, this constant growth makes you incredibly magnetic. People are drawn to those who aren't stagnant, who continue to learn and grow at any age. When you talk about your hobbies, the sparkle in your eyes and the excitement in your voice are what others notice first. And here's the beauty of it. Cultivating your interests also builds your confidence. When you can speak knowledgeably about a topic you're passionate about, you carry yourself with assurance. This confidence in your own uniqueness radiates and creates an irresistible appeal. Moreover, having your own set of interests gives you something to offer in relationships. You become less dependent on others for your sense of fulfillment. This independence allows you to engage with others from a place of genuine connection rather than expectation, and that makes you incredibly compelling to be around. The key takeaway? A woman who continues to seek and nourish her passions is never boring. She is always interesting, always evolving, and, most importantly, always captivating. Mastering the art of active listening. There's an old saying that goes, "The most beautiful thing in the world is when someone truly listens to you." And as an older woman, mastering the art of active listening is a game changer when it comes to your magnetic presence. People love to feel heard, and there's a special kind of power that comes with offering someone your full attention and undivided focus. When you listen actively, you don't just hear words. You understand the emotions behind them. You take time to engage with the person speaking, asking questions, showing empathy, and offering insights that deepen the conversation. Active listening makes people feel seen and valued. It tells them that you're not simply waiting for your turn to speak, but that you're truly invested in what they're saying. It's this focused, authentic connection that draws people to you and makes your company feel truly special. As we age, we often have a wealth of experience and wisdom to share, but it's the ability to listen that often creates the strongest connections with others. When you listen attentively, it demonstrates a sign of respect, and not just to the person speaking, but to yourself as well. It shows that you are comfortable in your own experience and not rushed to teach others. You create a space of calm, and people naturally flock to that type of energy. Furthermore, active listening also reveals your ability to empathize, which is one of the most alluring qualities a person can have. You become someone others trust, someone who is truly in tune with others, and that sense of trust builds deeper, more meaningful relationships. It is the key to creating lasting connections. Simply put, when you practice deep, active listening, you open yourself up to richer, more fulfilling interactions. Your presence becomes something more profound, something people yearn for, and your power as a listener will make you irresistible. 9. Embracing your sense of humor. There's nothing more magnetic than a woman who isn't afraid to embrace her sense of humor. Someone who can laugh at herself, at life, and at the occasional curveball it throws her way. As we get older, society may expect us to become more serious or reserved, but I believe one of the most charming habits an older woman can have is to never lose her ability to find humor in the everyday. Humor brings people together. When you can laugh about something silly or share a witty observation, you immediately break down barriers and invite others into your world. And here's the great thing about humor as we age. It's not about trying to be the funniest person in the room. It's about recognizing the lightness and joy in life, in accepting that we don't need to take everything so seriously. An older woman who can laugh, whether it's at a funny story, a small mistake, or even just the absurdity of life, becomes instantly more approachable. Her laughter is a sign of confidence. It reflects that she's comfortable with who she is, with where she's been, and with what life has thrown at her. Humor brings a sense of youthfulness that turns people's heads. And here's a secret: laughter is contagious. When you laugh, it encourages others to do the same. People gravitate toward those who can make them smile, not by trying to be perfect or constantly entertaining, but by simply embracing joy in the moment. Humor shows that you don't take yourself too seriously, which is a quality people find endearing and irresistible. Moreover, embracing humor also provides a powerful form of resilience. When life gets tough, being able to laugh at the chaos or find lightness in even the most difficult moments is empowering. It demonstrates that you've learned to live through the hard stuff with grace, and people naturally feel drawn to that kind of strength. So, never underestimate the power of laughter. It's one of the most attractive, endearing qualities you can possess at any age. Humor allows you to be irresistible because it makes life feel a little bit lighter for everyone around you. 10. Practicing gratitude. Daily. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you at the right moments. It's a mindset, a way of approaching the world that can shift your entire energy. Practicing gratitude daily is one of the most powerful habits you can form, and as an older woman, this practice becomes even more irresistible. When you wake up in the morning with an attitude of gratitude, it sets the tone for the entire day. You find joy in the simple things, the warmth of your coffee, the beauty of the sunrise, the conversations with loved ones. It's easy to get caught up in the struggles of life, especially as we grow older. But practicing gratitude trains your mind to focus on what is good and right in your life. This mindset makes you more grounded and centered, and it invites positive energy into everything you do. Gratefulness not only benefits your mindset, but also your health. Studies have shown that gratitude boosts the immune system, reduces stress, and contributes to emotional well-being. When you embody a grateful attitude, you radiate peace, contentment, and joy, 3 qualities that are incredibly magnetic. People notice when you carry yourself with a calm, appreciative energy. Being thankful also improves your relationships. When you express gratitude toward others, it makes them feel valued, respected, and loved. You can see the power of gratitude in action when you thank those who support you, when you appreciate the little moments with friends, family, and even strangers. These expressions of gratitude not only make the other person feel good, but they also amplify your own inner beauty. The key to all of this is simple. Gratitude makes you more joyful, and when you're joyful, people are drawn to you. They feel your appreciation for life and for them, and that's irresistibly attractive. 11. Nurturing meaningful relationships. It's said that the quality of your relationships will dictate the quality of your life. And as an older woman, nurturing meaningful relationships becomes one of your greatest gifts, not just for those around you, but for yourself as well. Building and maintaining genuine connections is a powerful and subtle habit that boosts your emotional vitality and draws people toward you in a very natural way. We often have a lifetime of experiences that help us filter out surface-level relationships, leading us to only the people who truly matter. As you age, it becomes less about having a wide circle of acquaintances and more about creating deep, meaningful bonds with those who share your values and support you unconditionally. The people you invite into your life and the love and care you show them builds a network of strong, loving relationships that nourish you. Investing in relationships that are true, honest, and fulfilling brings joy in itself. These aren't the superficial interactions that we often feel obliged to maintain in our youth. They are authentic connections based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared experiences. Surrounding yourself with people who truly care for you allows your energy to become more positive, vibrant, and alive. You become less focused on pleasing everyone and more invested in the richness of the relationships you've chosen. Importantly, being surrounded by deep connections allows you to live more in the moment. No more pretending, no more having to keep up with endless social circles. Instead, you spend your time with those who truly uplift you and make you feel seen and heard, not because of what you can give them, but because of who you are. and of course, being an older woman who has mastered the art of building and nurturing. Relationships gives you a magnetism that others admire. People are irresistibly drawn to those who are wise enough to treasure true connections rather than keeping up with the fleeting friendships of the past. Prioritizing your health and well-being, one of the most subtle but powerful habits that make an older woman truly irresistible, is prioritizing her health and well-being, not just in terms of physical fitness, but in every aspect of her life. When you take care of your body, mind, and soul, you create a harmony within yourself that becomes magnetic to those around you. Physical health may look different as we age, but it's still important to move your body regularly, eat nourishing foods, and maintain an overall lifestyle that promotes well-being. The confidence that comes with feeling healthy, whether that's through a morning walk, yoga practice, or simple stretching, is incredible. Women who invest in their physical health continue to feel energized, strong, and vibrant well into later years. But it's not just about physical health, it's about mental and emotional health too. As an older woman, prioritizing self-care, whether through mindfulness practices, emotional introspection, or indulging in activities that make you happy, helps you find peace within yourself. When you take the time to manage your emotions, prioritize your mental health, and relax in ways that rejuvenate your spirit, you glow from the inside out. The most magnetic part of this habit isn't just how others perceive you. It's how you feel about yourself. Women who are comfortable in their bodies and balanced mentally and emotionally have an aura that attracts people. The combination of physical vitality, emotional stability, and mental peace creates a unique energy that others find incredibly magnetic. People who take care of themselves are less anxious, more at ease, and project a sense of calm that others naturally gravitate toward. Maintaining your health also means prioritizing your happiness, ensuring that you make time for what brings you joy. When you feel good physically, emotionally, and mentally, you radiate an energy that cannot be ignored. And let's face it, nothing is more irresistible than a woman who is at peace with herself, balanced, and exudes well-being. If you found these tips insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more engaging and empowering content. And hey, if you want even more advice to live your most vibrant and fulfilling life, make sure to subscribe to the Savvy Senior newsletter. You'll find the link in the description below for exclusive tips, inspiration, and so much more to help you shine your brightest. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.